Bonjour, y'all.
Hello.
Hello. Actually, let's see. What do I need to do? That way.
We're very bright, aren't we?
You also can see the screen behind us. Let's see if we can block that up a little bit so it's not so distracting. Can we drink your drink for a little bit?
Maybe.
I don't know if that really is doing much good, but
Better, a little better.
a little better. All right. How y'all doing? Hello, Judy, Rose, Brian. Hello from Seattle. Oh, Miss Ciara. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Salut à tous. That still seems kind of bright. Can we maybe turn it a little bit further away from us?
Let me just turn it down some.
Or maybe that's it. That helps. It's just that it's still getting. Oh, maybe it's the computer screen that's clear. I think twist it. That yeah. There you go. There we go. That helps a little bit.
Okay.
Can you all see us all right? That and hear us obviously. But bonjour, bonjour. Let's see.
Judy has an announcement.
Judy has an announcement.
Okay.
Oh, you got your visa. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hello, Susan, Annette. Oh, Tanya and Greg. I'm sure must be on there too. But hello, hello. Oh, there he is. Mandy, Gabriola Island, Canada. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't. Where is that, Mandy? Is that kind of give us an idea if it's on the East Coast or West Coast?
It's in Canada, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Okay.
In British Columbia. Okay.
Thank you. And Medusa. I keep forgetting what the names are.
Medusa, Lori.
Lori from Lori from Canada as well. No, Lori from Oklahoma. Awesome. Maya, hi guys. Hello. Monsieur, how is life? Life's great. But we're finally starting to get some more south of France weather.
Yeah, it's been windy, rainy, but it's started to warm up some, which has been very nice. So,
Up in Glenn, hello, bonjour from Montpellier. First time I've made it to the live chat.
Oh, hi.
Well, Glenn, glad you could make it. But yeah, this late winter has not been great weather here in the south of France. So, Deborah, missed you last week. Well, yeah, and actually we kind of forgot that we weren't doing it last week. But yeah, we're back. We're back. Let's see. But just want to try to get it so it doesn't look like Richard's always behind me.
No, I feel very, very glary.
Yeah, it does seem much more glary than normal. Maybe is the computer too close?
I don't know. I'm just going to turn this down again.
Sorry, guys. We're new to this. It's only been like 30 weeks.
That's going up.
That's going up. No, that's a little better.
All right.
Although we look maybe more red now.
Well, that's all right.
Is it better for the skin?
Sunburned.
But, yeah.
Oh, sorry, we missed your birthday, Miss Ciara. Sorry about that. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, bon anniversaire.
Finally old enough to drink, or old enough to vote. I don't know which one it is, but
That's awesome. Yeah, it's it hasn't been too terribly eventful. We did get a chance to meet a couple of guys that were visiting Montpellier, and they came down to Perpignan. We went out to lunch. But they're looking at Toulouse as well, and then she drinks when she votes. That's awesome. But and then they're going to Toulouse for a couple weeks, and then Bordeaux, I think, to check it out as well. So
trying to figure out which where they want to move when they actually make the move over to France. So
yeah, but nice guys, very nice guys,
very nice.
I mean, everybody I've met has been super nice.
Well,
Greg and Tanya were but no, anyway, got Richard's paperwork submitted for the visa status change. I've got my renewal paperwork in. you know. Oh, and Patricia, hello. Oh, and Cajun Bernadette, bonjour. Oh, let's see, Monsieur, how is that meeting folks in the flesh? You know, ever since I started this YouTube channel, it's been remarkable how many people I've met over the last several months, and it's just astounding to me. And but no, everybody I've met has been very, very nice. You know, so and a lot of people looking to move to this region of France.
Yeah,
Got to get
or
my hand out there.
France in general.
Or France in general. Yeah, not everybody's
Right.
looking to move this way.
Right.
But, oh, and Janet, bonjour.
We the last time that we spoke, we talked about the wind damage, the storm that came through, and the wind damage had to the fence that is in between our properties. That her whole fence like just completely was destroyed, and it all landed onto our deck in the back. It still has not been fixed, and I don't really know what's going on with that. I know that she's not ignoring it, but we're just kind of assuming that she's just dealing with insurance people and
Maybe getting quotes
and getting quotes and things. But we had or the city had a lot of damage, a lot of wind damage. So I'm assuming that there are a lot of people that are having things fixed up and things. So maybe she's just waiting for somebody to get to it. I don't know. So
yeah.
I know she has an adult son who lives not that far away. I don't know that he actually lives here in Perpignan, but he visits frequently anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know that he has any carpentry skills. But anyway, it's not like we don't have the weather to be able to use our back deck. So
we've had a couple of beautiful days.
Yeah, but it's not like we're going to be going out and having a barbecue in the backyard or anything like that. So so it's no skin off our nose right now. But it would be nice to be able to have some privacy again.
Yeah, not have to stare at her back patio when you walk out there.
Yeah, and because we don't have a clothes dryer. When I do laundry, I have to put, hang my underwear up with clothespins out in the backyard.
Is unmentionable.
Well, I mention them a lot. So, so having it exposed to my neighbor is kind of embarrassing. But
yeah, I'm sure she's like, oh, underwear.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Ooh, saucy. But Glenn. So this is Rick and Paul.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
All right. Sorry about that, Rick. I totally forgot that you were going by Glenn.
Oh,
on that,
okay.
So. Yeah, I don't think we've got that
Okay,
on
I
there.
didn't know that.
And Miss Yara says, "Yeah, French bureaucracy is a mother, especially with homeowner insurance." I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And I don't know what the owners of this place, what they've been dealing with for getting that roof repaired, but it's all done. So whatever's going on is going on yet. Greg, any bike ride yet during those couple of Sunday days? No. It just I've got to still get that seat fixed on the thing, and really was more focused on getting the paperwork done for Richard so that we can get it submitted to your friend in Paris. And I mean, to be honest, I'm not super thrilled with your friend in Paris folks right now. That they're not very communicative. So
not that they've done anything wrong.
Right.
It's just that Jeff is very very adamant about wanting to always hear back, and that's certainly not the way that things happen here.
Yeah, but they're Americans, so I can't say it's because they're French or anything of that sort. And I get that once it's submitted, it's just out into the ether, and something will eventually happen. But we don't know if we're there yet, or if they're waiting on something, or they're not telling us much. So right now it's just a matter of waiting to find out if they've submitted the paperwork to Dreets to get the business plan reviewed. So. we'll see. We'll see. But no, that's what's really been eating up a lot of the time. And then Valerie has volunteered to help sell some stuff that we had shipped over here that don't really need. And but she said, well, just put it on Facebook Marketplace and all that. And I'm like, well, I can't communicate with anybody that well. So she volunteered, which is very kind of her, to help out with that. So just been going through trying to get that stuff. So let's see here. But Greg, it's coming. It's coming. It's just that we really need some warmer days is the thing, and no rain. So Lydia, 2 favorite guys in Perpignan. Oh, well, happy belated birthday, Lydia. Let's see. Oh, Laurel, you met up with Laura, Nathan, and Theo here in Leiden. They're fantastic. Thanks for connecting.
Oh, good.
Us.
Oh,
good.
Nice.
I don't know about fantastic, but they're okay. They're okay. No, they're super nice people. Super nice people. I'm glad you all were able to connect. Let's see, Tanya. We aren't friends with the process right now. Very stressful for sure. Yeah. Yes. Hopefully all that gets resolved for you guys quickly and can keep moving forward on your plans to get to Angers. Let's see, Miss Sierra, why I like to do things on my own. Some of these organizations pop up because so many Americans are wanting to relocate. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, French bureaucracy. Oh, well, maybe I did miss that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what the connection is with that, but okay. Let's see, Judy, if you're comfortable with sharing, what types of things did you ship over that you don't need and are selling so I don't bring stuff that I don't need? Oh, it's just old hobby stuff of mine. Well, not hobby stuff. We were selling it when we had the business in the U.S. But I have a not really a degree, but it's a
training, a
certification in formulations for like bath and body products. And so ended up shipping over a bunch of just, empty bottles, things like that were used to store things. And we also sent over our labeler because Richard had done what kind of a brand of, well, it was a brand, it wasn't kind of, but a brand of jams and jellies and condiments. And so we have like a fairly expensive label printer and a bottle labeler, things like that we also shipped over with 4 boxes of labels. And those we're likely not going to be needing. So it's just a bunch of stuff that just, I wasn't sure if it was going to have any real value, but we're going to see if we can at least get something out of it. Maybe we'll get the money to, money out of it that can, just cover the move, which would be nice. So, but that's what it was. It's stuff for like soap making and formulations for bath and body products. So that
all very expensive things.
All very expensive things.
Which was why Jeff made the decision to ship them over, because in the other option was to donate it in the United States, or try really hard try to sell it really fast when we made the decision to move to France.
Right.
And that wasn't an option at the time. So So
we shipped it over here, and it's like, well, don't really need to ship it again to Toulouse. So we'll just end up trying to get rid of it here.
Yeah.
So but that's what I've been tied up with, is going through the boxes and having to count all this crap. So and Richard and I spent an entire day anyway doing the little glass bottle. The little glass bottles that are the 50 milliliter and 30 milliliter bottles that I was doing for like beard oils and things like that. And got 453 of them, something like that. So, and putting all the droppers together and making sure that all the pieces weren't, and everything came over fine. Nothing broke. So, which is remarkable. But it's just that type of stuff. So we're still purging. so we ship stuff over to purge again. That's how awful that is. So anyway, let's see. Miss Yar, good luck with the sales.
But Judy, to continue on with your question about things that we shipped over that we don't need, we really, other than that, we really ship very little else over. We didn't send any furniture or anything at all like that. And and I've talked about this multiple times before, that there are a lot of things that I wish that I had brought with me that I did not. We really purged a lot before we came.
Yeah, from both places. So
yeah.
just it's.
So
Uh-oh.
Anyway,
No sound. Does anybody have any issue with our sound? Let the lights on the thing.
I think.
Let's
Can
see,
you still hear me? Okay. All right.
Okay, you hear us? Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. Well, not sure, Mary. What's up with that?
So Mandy says, I was curious about your experience moving to France and you'd never visited beforehand, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, no, I had never been to France until I arrived. Just, one of those things I just leapt in, and but with YouTube videos and things like that, I didn't feel like I was just jumping into something that I knew nothing about. We really had done a lot of research into different areas of France. So
Not this area,
not necessarily Perpignan, but I knew a lot about France. The only thing that I really regret is not knowing more of the language, because that was made it much more difficult. So,
but and by the way, the screen that you see back here is our laptop. We're not looking into someone's living room type thing. So, but I guess maybe that's we don't normally face this direction in the dining room, and I guess maybe that's why we maybe just have to go back to that angle, so you can see the beautiful artwork over here, the super bland artwork that we have in here. But yeah, and I promise I'm not a hoarder. I just didn't really have much time to try to get rid of the stuff, and I didn't want to just recycle all of it, and because I knew it had some value to it. So we ended up just
it is definitely not a hoarder. Jeff has absolutely holds no emotional value to anything.
No, my parents' ashes, if somebody offered me enough, I'd probably get rid of those too.
I'm the one that puts sentimental value on a lot of things. So,
well, hey, Robin, glad you could make it. But Mary, did you get that worked out? Hopefully so.
Yeah.
What we're talking about right now is they're gems. They're absolute gold gems here. So you want to make sure you got the sound. Greg, any update on Miss Freya? How is she doing? Miss Freya is doing perfectly fine. That she wants to be roaming around outside, but it's not yet. So, but no, she's doing great. We just we corralled her last week or the week before, something like that, to get her nails trimmed, and that's always a treat. She's 6.5 pounds, but she's like a puma when it comes to trying to get her nails trimmed. So and of course, Freya never comes around me, ever comes around me. She walked in front of you when you opened the door to the back.
She walked in front of me. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe very tepidly, but
but when Jeff wants to trim her nails, he gets a hold of her, and then makes sure, and then he has me come over and grabs her has me grab her by the nape of the neck, scruff of the neck, and kind of pin her down while he trims her nails. So it's me that she ends up hating.
Well, you're the nasty one.
I'm the nasty one
Yeah.
that's like trapping her. So
yeah, I wouldn't. I may have been born at night, but it wasn't last night.
so
Okay.
so yeah, she never comes near me, which is fine. I mean, because I'm allergic to cats, so it's
Yeah,
not
he has
really
to go immediately
yeah,
practically go through this eye wash station and
yeah,
all this stuff to get this. It's like
yeah,
take a spray shower to get
exactly,
down. It's like, oh my
exactly, yeah, a soapwood shower.
Yeah. Oh, guys, we need to hit those like buttons if you get an opportunity. We're only up to 18. Come on. Let's see here. So that's the update on Freya. Freya would very much like to be right behind us, looking out that window, but unfortunately, just one cat tree, and it's up in my office space. So let's see, Miss Yara, sentimental Jeff. yeah. I've just never attached to anything that I own. So it's I mean, I like stuff, but it's not, if somebody came up and like it got wiped out in a storm or something, it wouldn't. Okay, just get some more stuff. So let's see, Miss Yara, Freya's jealous of you, Richard.
Yeah. I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, you lead the life.
She has a much easier life than I do. So
nobody attacks at night, type thing. So she's keeping the place safe. But, yeah. No, she's perfectly fine. She'd rather be roaming around out on the balcony or out in the 3-season room, but it just hasn't been warm enough to really leave everything open, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But she'll get there. But yeah, and then I'm looking forward to Rick and Paul getting over to Toulouse, so we can find out that what it's like in their eyes, for what's going on. So, but we'll get up there. We're going to try to get up there while Rick and Paul are in Toulouse as well. But we're only going to be up there for maybe like 3 days.
Yeah.
And,
planning that for the end of the month.
Yeah, toward the end of March. And but we got your dates, Rick. So we'll make sure that we get it, tied into when y'all are there, obviously. So, and then we're also going to reach out to Sue, the Texpat, to see if we can get maybe lunch with her or something like that one of the days.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So things are just kind of plodding along. Let's see, Cajun Bernadette, is it safe to let your cat roam outside, and any laws about that? Oh, no laws about that. She's chipped, but no, she's not outside out. Well, I mean, she is when she goes on the balcony, but the balcony is on the second floor, first floor here in Europe. But so she can't get anywhere off the balcony. Well, she probably could if she was super daring. She could jump onto the shrub that's down, off to the side and try to climb down it, I suppose. But and the backyard has a wall, but now there's also these big cats that roam around the neighborhood. And I'd just be afraid that she'd get entangled with them.
Yeah, there are a lot of cats in the neighborhood, which look very well fed and very well taken care of.
Yeah.
When I walk up to the market every day, there's lots of cats that I see in the same place all the time. So I'm assuming that that they belong to that house where I see them. But I mean, when we were living in Atlanta, Freya got out one time, didn't she?
She got out one time because the screen in one of the bedrooms that left the window cracked open was like to fall off the side of the house.
Yeah.
It was a rental, and just when we moved from Austin, Texas. So it was a scramble to find something really quick. And she got out, and I thought for sure she was gone because there was no response. There was no, she wouldn't come out. And it was a pretty decent sized property, but it still was in a neighborhood. And lots of trees, lots of shrubbery, all that sort of thing. And so I thought she was gone. And then I went out that night, like at 3 a.m. or something like that in the carport, and I could hear her crying, meowing underneath the car. And so then she came running in. So she must have just been, hidden in the shrubs or something, and then just came around. So she didn't venture far with it, but she came back. So anyway.
So Ellen, you had an emergency appendectomy? Oh my gosh. Well, Let's
good.
see.
Good for you that
You
you're
had an emergency
recovering.
appendectomy last week. My experience confirmed what many say is high quality healthcare and affordable. You're recovering well. Well, I'm good. I'm glad that you're recovering well. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I hope it wasn't too awful for you.
Yeah, well, it sounds like she had a good experience with it.
Yeah, but still,
Neither of us
emergency
have,
appendectomy. That's awful.
yeah, neither of us have had to deal with the hospital yet. Um, you know, knock
Yeah,
on
knock
wood.
on-
But yeah, knock on wood. But but yeah, the doctors and all that sort of thing so far have been very, very good. You know, I absolutely no complaints at all. And actually, they spend a lot more time with you here than what they
Yeah,
do in the
it's
U.S.
true.
to go over things. So, and now with Doctolib, the system that a lot of not all of them are on it, but most of the doctors seem to be on it. When you can make appointments in that, now our GP, we've got an open message line with him that we can send a message to him and he can respond fairly quick. He usually responds at night, but I've never had that with a doctor in the U.S. That would respond to things. So let's see. So our experience with the healthcare system has been really good so far for both of us.
Yeah. So, Ellen, were you in a private room or in a shared room? How long were you in the hospital?
Oh, she used her Translate app for the English.
Oh, okay.
Good for you. Well, hopefully you are recovering well.
Yeah.
So let's see. We've got Gaëtan Larose. Bonsoir de Canaille Rousselin. C'est très simple de vous écouter. Vous êtes très agréable. Merci encore. Oh, well, I'm going to assume that's a merci. But let's see. Cajun Bernadette. I have 2 super daring cats who would likely jump off the balcony. Yeah. Fortunately, she's not done that yet. She's hung over it. Apparently, Richard was coming back from the grocery store one day or something, and you saw her lurching through the grate on it type thing.
Because there was one of the street cats was out. So
Freya strikes me as being a fighter. I would imagine if she got into encounter with another cat, it would like a stray cat of some sort, not maybe a stray, but the ones that roam around the neighborhood. It wouldn't matter if it was bigger; she would just fight it.
It's very territorial.
Yeah,
but
so
she's a cat. So
yeah, about 6.5 pounds. So it's not a big cat, but. Let's see. Oh, and Linda, hello from Yorkshire. Haven't joined the chat for weeks. Hope you're both okay. Well, I'm glad you're able to join us again. Hope all is well in Yorkshire. But yes, we hope that all goes well. Continue to go well with your recovery. Oh, Lainey said something. Up here, we've been in France for 1 month and have found a long-term rental in Amboise. Oh, good for you, Lainey.
Nice. Okay,
good for you.
Good.
What's this?
Miss Sierra having LASIK surgery in France. When I get back to Paris. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and the healthcare is much less expensive. I mean, even before we had our carte vitales, we've said this a few times, but going to the cardiologist for 45 minutes, going over results, and she did the tests on several of the tests, was 144 euros. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's very reasonably priced. So let's see. Christine, my only dilemma is letting go of original frame prints, Audubons, and artwork. So the artwork you can ship.
Or maybe take them out of the frames.
Or at least remove the glass or something.
Yeah.
So you have to worry about them damaging it if they get broken. But we both shipped over artwork that had glass and
we packed them all in TV boxes. Yeah. So
and well wrapped, obviously, and all that type of stuff. But
they arrived really. They all arrived really.
Yeah. Well, the shipping company palletized the boxes.
Yeah.
So that obviously helped a lot with that. But because like I said, like Richard said, we didn't ship over any furniture, so it's not. All of our stuff was just boxes. And but they took care of that. And I think there was only maybe 1 or 2 boxes that had any sort of visible, like these were recently moved sort of thing. The rest of them looked like they were like we just packed them, So now we may have been lucky with that, but the shipper was really, really good with that. But yeah, with the original, framed art prints and all that sort of thing, and make sure you also tell whoever shipping it that that's what they are, and get some sort of valuation on them, because that if there is any damage, you want to make sure you get that kind of recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us had artwork that was worth a lot. I mean, I've got some, like my mother's original, her first ever, what's it called? Needlepoint, and then she had a couple of cross stitches for her first cross stitches she did when she was in her 60s.
Beautiful.
And she did a beautiful job, but she was a needle worker. She did crochet and things like that and sewing. So it's not, but her first cross stitches were these really complex Charleston, South Carolina prints that she'd found in Charleston, South Carolina, and but they're beautiful. They just turned out very beautifully. But again, if somebody offered me enough money for them, they just kidding. Those I would probably hold on to. So let's see. Ellen, thanks. We're 5 minutes from a hospital in Perpignan. So quiet. Nurses follow me every other day for 2 weeks at home. MD. Oh, that's very nice.
That's nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, like I said, we haven't had that yet. We had friends here that had an issue, like a heart issue, but it was a AFib or something like that. So it wasn't a heart attack, was it? It wasn't that serious, but he was in the hospital for a day or two, and nothing but positive things about it. Let's see. Lydia, I'm having renovations done in my French home from tomorrow for 3 weeks. I have to not be around. I've been clearing stuff out. Unbelievable how to keep. Oh, absolutely, Lydia. Yeah, that does. Well, let's see here. Let me just go back. Okay.
So, Ellen, you called emergency. They sent a doctor for a house called a triage.
Oh,
wow. And 2 nights in the hospital in a private room. Wow. Nice. Yeah, Ellen, I don't think no house calls from doctors in the U.S. since the 1960s. Yeah. Marcus Welby was the last one that made a house call, I think.
So let's see, Mandy, was the moving cost worth it to bring the items you shipped, or would it have been cheaper to start over and purchase in France? Well, certainly not the stuff. In hindsight, it wasn't worth shipping like my hobby stuff that I'd sent over type thing but at the time it was just like, well, I don't know. I need some sort of hobby to do while I'm here. And then, but it's like, well, I just haven't had time to do it either. So, just figured just go ahead and just try to get rid of it before we do another move.
Well, and Mandy, with hindsight, I would have sent over a lot more of my kitchen equipment, not electronics, but a lot more of my kitchen equipment. I would have shipped it over rather than donate it or give it to family, because what I thought what I would do was, once I got here, I would just replace it. And I found that it's much more expensive to replace things than it would have been just to ship things over. So, I was just foolish in that.
Well, we thought it would have been easier to do. I mean, we knew it was going to be more expensive than, going to Walmart or Kmart or some store in the U.S. type thing for stuff, or Costco or wherever you go to replace some of the things. But we didn't realize that some of the things would be so hard to find.
Yeah.
And then the things you can find tend to be very expensive.
Very expensive, yes. So,
Lainey, so good to hear of people's good experiences with healthcare in France. Yeah, and pretty much everybody I've talked to seems to think the same way, that it's been I shouldn't say everybody, but it's most of the people I've talked to just seem to be very happy with the healthcare that they've received here. So, it just depends. I mean, we've been very fortunate that Perpignan actually has not been a medical desert. So, while it can be a little difficult to get a GP initially, once you get one, with Dr. Lieb and all that, it really hasn't been that bad to get. But let's see, Cajun Bernadette, so amazing they still do house calls. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I think that was to triage when she called 15. 15 is the emergency number, kind of like calling 911 in the U.S. sort of thing. So, but it's still remarkable. They sent a doctor out to do the triage of it versus just an ambulance crew that goes out. Well, I shouldn't say just an ambulance crew, but waiting for the ambulance crew to go out and do it. Let's see, Linda, question. Have either of you watched French films in cinema in Perpignan and understood it? I'm forcing myself to watch them on Netflix, but they talk so fast.
So, Linda, I've been watching a lot of French programs on Netflix, and obviously they're subtitled because I'm not, because I can completely not understand them. So I do turn on the subtitles, but I try really hard to listen along as I'm reading. And man, they talk fast, and it's just, and I'm sure, they're not talking any faster than they do in American films, but it's really been difficult, and I'm not sure that it's helping in any way, but
maybe I might start picking up on.
I might be picking up on it a little bit. So I wish that I could find the French version of Sesame Street because
they probably do have kids programs.
But I can't find it. So
we'll have to check out the French channels sometime.
Yeah.
I'm sure they must have some kids shows or something. Let's see, Lindy, does Freya have any cat friends in the neighborhood? She has some potential acquaintances.
Potential enemies.
Enemies that she would like to kill.
Her potential nemesis.
Yeah, her arch nemesis are roaming around. Yeah, there's a big cat that gets up on the wall in the back garden here, and then walks across the wall, and then jumps onto the neighbor's metal patio cover type thing, and just kind of saunters around there, and then hangs out there looking at the street that's behind us. And that drives Freya nuts. She'll sit at my office window and essentially, cat chirp at it for quite a while. The cat couldn't possibly care less about Freya. I mean, I'm sure she can hear her. But boy, if that window was open, I think Freya would be ready to just pounce and attack. And it's like, well, yeah, it could be a friend, but so anyway. Missy, I see you are sentimental, Jeff. Yeah. There are a couple of things that I would have more difficulty getting rid of, but it's something to hang on the wall.
Yeah.
So, let's see, Judy. Is there an update on your 72-year-old friend who's doing the language immersion class? Yeah, he quit. He dropped out of it.
He dropped out.
Yeah, he decided that it was too much. They were doing tests. I think it was last week. They were doing the testings type thing. And I ran into he and his husband on the street, and and I asked him how the class was going, and he's like, "Well, I decided to drop out." And he's 74 because he turned 75 this month. And anyway, he said that it just was too much. It's too intense for him, and he was just feeling too much stress. He's like, I shouldn't feel this stress. And I'm like, well, but even if you took the test, it doesn't matter if you pass or fail. You're not getting a degree in it. But he's the type that if he's going to have a test, he needs to prepare for it and all that sort of thing. And it just was bugging him, so he decided to drop the class. So, yeah, it was 3 days a week, 8 hours a day type thing. And when he initially told me about it, it's like, that is a lot of time. Yeah, that's a lot of time on this thing. So, but he tried. Let's see. Oh, and then also, Rick, let us know how you like Toulouse and your preferable neighborhoods. Absolutely, yep. Let's see, Mandy, good to know, guys. Everything here in Canada has gotten so expensive. Yeah, and healthcare in the U.S. it has been crazy for a long time. So, I didn't realize I had skipped that down that much. Let's see, Robin. The French movies I watch, they speak so fast. Sometimes I slow down the speed, especially on YouTube. Yeah, you can certainly do that on YouTube. I don't know if we've tried watching, or if you tried watching them on. If you can do that on Netflix or any of that other stuff, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that helps either, because I mean, then you're just listening to them speak weirdly. But maybe that does help. Let's see, Miss Yar. When I moved to France years ago, I would add an extra large luggage with my flight, put kitchen stuff and priceless stuff with me on the flight. It was cheaper then to add luggage to your flight.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know so much now if it helps, because I think the boxes we shipped were maybe like $80 a box.
Yeah.
Like
the last time that I went back to the U.S., when I went over, I took a small suitcase inside my largest suitcase. And so then when I came back, I had packed a lot. I packed things in that I wanted to bring back with me inside the large suitcase, and then just had my clothes in the smaller suitcase. So that was, kind of what you're talking about. But
yeah, you brought back quite a few things.
I did bring,
last time. Let's see. Linda, I need to find an easy one to follow. I've watched the full series Marseille twice and still struggle. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. I mean, that's we're kind of expected to struggle with it for some time. So the more you watch it, then the more it becomes, you can follow those. So you're on the right path, absolutely, for that. Let's see, John, have you heard any rumblings, feedback yet regarding the USA declaring war on Iran? I haven't.
No, and we've not. We were talking the other day that when most people here, I think they just assume that we're from England.
Yeah, they think we're British.
Which right now is fine.
Which is fine. Yeah.
That's okay, sure.
Yeah. And not because of an accent or anything like that, but just, when they know that we speak English, they just assume that we're English. We're from England, not from that we're American, because there are a lot of people from England here. So,
but no, we haven't heard any rumblings yet about it. But I mean, that's just recently happened too, and we don't really do much. So, and my kebab shop is closed for lunch during Ramadan. So, I've been really restricted. I've been eating here more. So, let's see. Miss Yara saying, Richard, listen to the French 24 online in French. It helps a lot.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I will. French 24.
Let's see. Ellen, your experience of wishing you shipped more kitchen gear led me to ship a bunch of ours. Our small crate just landed in Europe, but we had to bring all our kitchen knives and checked luggage. Oh, well, there you go. Let's see, Robin, I found a bunch of nice French series on the streaming app called MHZ.
Okay. MHZ. Okay. Thank you.
And Ellen, you're right. It is challenging to figure out what ships and what to bring on the plane, especially with things kind of changing around. Let's see. Miss Yara, cats are too diva for me. I'm the only diva in my home, period. Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, no, Miss Freya is, she's a diva. She's a diva.
Yeah, and why she puts up with Jeff, I'll never know. I mean,
I would sell her too if somebody came up and offered me enough money. Well, it wouldn't have to be that much.
I was implying that you were also a diva, but that's.
Oh, well, please. Yeah. That's people look at me and they're like, "Oh, that's a diva." That's a diva. Yeah. Let's see, Judy. Regarding the immersion classes, I would drop out too. It hurts the brain to be that intense ever. Yeah, and again, that's really a young person's venture. I mean, if you came over here for work or something like that, then absolutely it makes sense to do something like that. But he and us, we're not in an immersive environment, so 8 hours of training 3 days a week, it's like that's all you get. I mean, you're not going to speak that much other than in class.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's see. So Deborah, I stream 2 French channels, MHZ and the France channel. I measured my language progress by how much I can understand without subtitles, currently about 25%. Oh, good for you,
Oh.
though. That's great.
That's great.
Let's see, Judy, the language class, an hour a day, twice a day is plenty. Oh, that, yeah, 2 hours is, that's,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know, yes. Let's see, Beatriz, I'm going hard for you guys. Oh, okay, well, appreciate that. Let's see, Linda, you are both so not English. That's quite funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
exactly. We're
exactly.
so not English.
Yeah, but
I know.
I tell you, Linda, that 90% of the time when I when I say I don't speak that much French or my French isn't that good in French, to tell them that the person will ask, "Oh, you Angleterre?" I'm like, "Oui, Angleterre, oui."
Yeah.
That so yes, that. I can't believe you wouldn't think, Linda, that we were also English. Wow, that hurts. That yes, Cajun Burnett, hit the like button. Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're up to 37. Okay. Well, we're getting there.
So listen, I want to talk about something that has happened in the last week or so that has been a little upsetting. We have an acquaintance and could have been a friend, but let's just say an acquaintance that had recently moved here to Perpignan. That I will. That you know, there's been a lot of things that have been very difficult to get used to being here in a different country. You know, but in our experience, everyone that we have dealt with has been very nice, very accommodating, very helpful in trying to help us through the process of making our home here in France. We unfortunately, this person was having a very difficult time settling into France, and they were working with someone that we had recommended to them to help them with an apartment, help them with living accommodations, and they completely went nuts. I mean, they just went nuts and have decided to leave France, to move back to where they came from. And the reason being is that they felt like what was happening to them was very personal, that things were not being communicated to them in the way that they wanted them to be communicated to.
All English.
They wanted everything to be translated into English because they didn't speak French, and therefore everything should be done in English. And as much as we tried to explain and to remind them that they weren't in an English-speaking country, that didn't matter. And they just went, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. They just went crazy. They went crazy and completely, they just went crazy. And
they burned a lot of bridges.
They burned a lot of bridges and started bad-mouthing the person that we had recommended to them, upset them so much, who, and because she's French and, she was coming back to us because we had referred her to them. Did she do something wrong? Because, English is not her first language. Am I misunderstanding this? And it's like, no, I mean, you've gone so far out of your way. And And the only reason I'm bringing it up is that what we kept trying to tell this person this person that has moved away is that if you want things translated into English, then you need to make arrangements to have things translated into English. I mean, that's just what you need to do, and that's what we've done. Anytime that we were faced with not being able to understand something, if we needed legal advice, we had it officially translated into English, or we contacted somebody that we knew was going to be able to give us professional advice on things. And it's just amazing to me that somebody would think, oh, I bought so many houses over the years, I know that the way things are supposed to be done. Well, you never bought a house in France.
Yeah. I mean, she was a clear case of the type that should not have moved.
And it was just crazy. And the way that she hurt the person that we had referred to her, I mean, it was just mind-boggling to me how she could be just so cruel to things. So
yeah.
So look, I mean, I know I've gone off on like how difficult it is to do such and such, and how different the markets are, and I'd like to be able to do my shopping, my grocery shopping on a Sunday afternoon, but I can't do that because the supermarkets close at 1:00 on Sundays. Isn't that weird? Open, right? And why don't they do it the way like they do in America? Well, they don't, because I'm in a different country. So anyway, I'm just anyway, if you're planning on moving to France, just realize you're going to be in a different country, and it's not going to be the same as it is in the United States.
And things are just different. Going to put up, and they're not going to change for you. So
it is what it is. I just don't. Anyway, our friend that we referred that we referred to help this person is so upset, and for no reason. It's just for no reason whatsoever.
No, it was a sad experience type thing, and that which is unfortunate. I hope that she finds happiness with wherever she is and does her thing. But man, she blew up a lot of bridges back here.
Yeah.
So let's see. So if you're planning on moving to France, please understand that it's not the U.S. And things are different, and you're just going to have to roll with it. And if you can't roll with it, don't move, because they're not going to change for you. Nobody's going to change for you. So let's see. Gaetan, hi, I'm from Ohio. I live here for 6 weeks. Do not have any problem for opening bank account with BNP Paribas. Got a phone. Everything is so laid back here. I don't miss home.
Oh yeah.
And look, BNP Paribas might have been a lot faster. We went to Banque Populaire with a friend of ours that we recommended people, and she handled everything. I mean, it was all super French. We got it all set up, and it wasn't hard. It just took like 2 hours for each of us to set up accounts.
And, well, because we were setting up separate accounts, so
right. So an hour a piece.
Yeah.
But still, in the U.S., you would never spend an hour at the bank. So but if we went through like BNP Paribas or Paribas, or for Credit Agricole, or somebody that had an English speaking line or a person that we'd be able to help with, that probably would have been faster. But it is what it is. We weren't. What are we doing? We weren't in a rush. So let's see, Miss Yard. They clearly had unrealistic expectations. Folk need to visit any country they want to move to and understand the culture. I rarely recommend folks for anything important. I don't want the drama. Yeah, this one really stung. That but it'll work out. It'll work out. Yeah, no, and I'll keep sharing. Thank you, Robin and Cajun Bernadette. Yeah,
thank you.
well, and absolutely keep sharing. But it's just like now I'm going to have to probably vet people a little bit more closely when they reach out to connect. It's like, okay, well, let's not turn into a crazy person with this. So let's see, Robin. I just got an appointment with Credit Agricole on Wednesday. They were nice so far. Okay, good. Well, glad that's working out. So yeah, because like I said, nothing so far here has been hard. It's been a lot of times it's been tedious, but it's not been hard. So
Yes. Yes. It's definitely they're tedious is a really, really good word. And because you apply for things or you send in paperwork and you just don't know.
Yeah.
You
Communication.
don't know what's happening. But that's just the way it is. And then suddenly you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll get something in the mail, that it's been approved or they need more information.
And it might be the information you already sent. And you just send it again.
And and there's no arguing. You either send them the information that they want or that you've already sent them, and then they'll let you know. But there's nobody to call.
No. Nobody's in a rush. No. And places close usually, like the pharmacies or things like that. We usually, not all of them, but we'll close like at 12:30 to 2 or the 1 to 2 or something like that. And it just is what it is. Restaurants don't open for dinner usually until 7. They'll close at 2. If they're open for lunch, they might close at 2, type thing. So you just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And like Ms. Yara said for Robin, is like bring copies of everything, flood them with paperwork. Yeah, absolutely. The French love paperwork, so the whatever you can get them, they will absolutely take, type thing, or let you know that like we don't need it. But that's rare. Seems to be rare that they tell you that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but no, fun. We're going to be doing like the and I know I haven't been doing any of these other videos, but the weather has been so crappy the last month and a half or so, actually probably since December.
Yeah.
That which I mean for the region they really need the rain. So it's been good for that. But for getting out and wanting to do anything, it's not been good. So that but now we've got our sights on Toulouse, and we're going to be making a trip up there. We'll definitely make a video of that. We'll take around to we're there for 3 days, so it's not like we're there for a long time. But we'll do what we can for doing some side trips around there to just check things out, and get some videos up on those. Of course, the bike, once we get the bike ready to, which I mean it's like 99% ready to go. It's just a matter of getting some nice days that aren't 700-mile-an-hour winds. And, I did actually look at I was looking at stats because I'm like, is Toulouse as windy as it is in, like, do they have the Tramontana in Toulouse? And they don't, but they have a couple of other winds that are up in Toulouse. And so, but looking at the historical average for windy days, Perpignan is one of the windiest, or probably the windiest region in France. And so, it's like 132 days of the year, the winds are higher than like 40 miles an hour. And that is the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got so much wind down here. And but apparently in Toulouse, it's like 40 to 80 days, something like that, where they have winds that are above like 25 miles an hour type thing. So the winds aren't nearly as bad as they are here, but they do have wind. And so, I just will be glad when we don't have the 5 to 8 days of high winds type thing that are just like, okay, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be blowing around on the street or anything like that, but and I don't have that much hair to be blowing around type thing, but good God, I don't need to look like I'm the Fright family every time I'm going into a place.
I speaking of wind and hair, when when I first arrived here, Valerie, she picked me up and we went to or she met me at the apartment and we went over to get insurance and things like that. And the woman at the insurance place remarked on how long my hair was, how long my hair is, which is, not really that long, but she made some comment that Valerie translated that I would be cutting it short really soon because of how windy Perpignan is. And I was like, oh no, I like having long hair. But every time I go to get my hair cut, they always ask me, you want to cut it off now? And it's like, well, no. And I look around and it's like everybody in Perpignan's got really, really short hair. All the women have short hair. And it's because it's so windy all the time, So, but I've never, in my career, I always had to have, I always felt like I needed to have short hair. I always had to have banker hair. So, so I made a decision. I wanted to always grow out my hair as soon as I could. So,
and I don't mind mine being short. I just, when mine gets too long, it starts to look like it's
you get real bushy.
I get very bushy. Yeah. And it's like, I don't need to look like Bob Ross when I'm walking around. Let's see here. Let's see. So let's see. User. Let's see. How often do you meet up with others from the U.S.? Pretty frequent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's remarkably frequent. So it's not now that there are several people from the U.S. that live here in Perpignan, and we meet up with them, not regularly, but often type thing. And usually for lunch, I'll meet up with folks, but one or two folks, something like that. But yeah, and a lot of people through the YouTube channel. It's remarkable. Let's see, Miss Yara, happy to hear about the road trips, and Richard's cooking channel is forthcoming, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, here we left the Matrix behind. That's a great name. Hello, I moved to Toulouse 2 months ago. It's very lovely. The people are warm and charming in a way that doesn't always occur in other parts of France. We moved from SoCal, so we are used to the heat. Yeah, and honestly, having lived in Austin, Texas for a number of years, and Atlanta, I never thought was all that bad, but Austin, Texas was, and this heat here, I don't think is that bad. I don't, maybe over time, as the, my blood changes or something like that it becomes much more intolerable. But I don't, you want heat. Go live in Austin, Texas for a while, and you'll know heat.
Yeah.
Let's see. And the wind. So left the Matrix, and the wind from the Santa Anas is not as strong here in Toulouse, however. Yeah. Let's see, Cajun Bernadette, put a sail on your bike and go with the flow. Oh my God, I'd be in the Mediterranean in no time. Miss Yara, the whiplash from your own hair. Oh, hey, Noni, glad you could join. Let's see. Lydia, I went to the Camargue once. The wind there was really oppressive. Yeah, it obviously can hit in different areas type thing, but man, there are days here where it's like, I don't know if I've had this much wind in a storm, and it can be sunny out, and the wind is blowing the trees sideways. Let's see, Miss Yara, let the locks run free. Yeah. Let's see, Cajun Bernadette, love your long curly hair, Richard.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
My naturally curly hair.
You're naturally okay, Frida. Yeah, okay, settle down. But well, guys, I don't know. I guess if we're kind of done with the questions, I don't know that we had anything else to update on. We talked about the bike, which hopefully soon that'll be getting taken care of.
You finally figured out how to screw in the seat, right?
Well, I haven't done it yet. So, what, you have polio? You gotta go for polio. You can go do it. Shit, you did most of the rest of the bike. I just was providing instructions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I was providing instructions. But yes, Miss Yara, like and sub, please. So, but anyway, I guess we'll just go ahead and call it a night. And plans for the week. Let's see. Well, I have a doctor's appointment on Friday. we have to do our blood draws this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. Very, very exciting. I'm hoping to hear back from your friend in Paris, so we can find out if the blasted business plan is okay and everything's being ready to be submitted or has been submitted. But like I said, and they've done nothing wrong. They've done nothing wrong. It's just that the level of communication to me is unexpectedly poor for the first couple of weeks of getting this going. So we'll see. And I was going to ask, let's see, left the matrix behind. If you could let us know what your name is, that'd be great. But anyway, I was going to ask you if you've tried any of the Mexican restaurants in Toulouse yet. That there's a couple of them there that I want to try at least one of them while we're up there later this month, and try them out. But no, the plans for this week will probably be trying to get the plan set up at least for the trip to Toulouse, get that lined up, and then we'll kind of go from there. But other than that, I don't know. The weather, I think, is supposed to turn rainy again this week. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get like an inch of rain on Thursday.
Thank you, Courtney.
Oh, Courtney. Oh, cool. Thanks so much. And Courtney, if you have any suggestions, I know Rick and Paul were going to be staying up in the Cartoucherie area. That's one area I wanted to check out some of the eco districts, and I didn't know if that's where you lived as well, or if you've got some other recommendations for places to check out there in Toulouse. Let's see. Le Bon Vivre is a great restaurant in Toulouse, great food, decor, and energy. Okay, Gail. Well, thank you. Well, we'll check that out. It sounds a little fancy for me, but we'll check it out and see. And Lydia, Bon Nuit. Bon Nuit. Let's see. I need to start keeping a notebook of the restaurant suggestions for when I visit. Yeah, actually, that's a really good idea. When we go up there, when we try a place and all that, we'll do a post on Facebook, or not Facebook, onto YouTube, of the places we tried and whether or not we liked it. Kind of our review of it, type thing. And maybe that'll be something, or maybe I'll do a video of it, and then you don't have to always put up with just live streams from us. So, Linda, thanks so much for joining in. Yeah, we're going to be checking out here, and I think I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it this week to see if we'll do another one next Sunday. Maybe we will try to get back on the weekly bandwagon here. But as long as people are interested in tuning in and chatting, we can certainly look to do it.
Yeah.
And let's see. She's a Capitol Les Combes girl by herself. We live in Labusca. Oh, that's what you live in Labusca, which is green and a bit sleepy. But definitely see the museum next to Jardin de Plantes for fun exhibits and check. I don't know. I'll go listen to the beginning when available. Okay, Noni, thanks so much. Let's see. Dave lived in Chateau as a teen for 3 years, trying to talk my wife out into the move. I'll catch you on the next one with some questions. Okay, Dave.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
no, but happy to answer whatever we can. Well, we'll have to look at Chateau as well. I don't know. Is that a suburb, or is that that's an in-town neighborhood? Because we want to do car free, so it's going to have to be something that's close to mass transit for us. Noni, yes, I look forward to more vlogs as weather. But yeah, it's been such, which we need the rain, but it's been such crappy weather this last couple of months. It's just been hard to go out and try to do something. Let's see. Oh, Dave, we're in Texas now. Okay, cool.
It's a suburb of Paris, it says.
Oh, suburb of Paris. Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to be.
And are there pet hotels easy to find in France? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people that
Yeah, they've done that.
we've never had any need to find a pet hotel here.
I know that they certainly exist.
And our friends that have dogs, they have found sitters rather than pet hotels or a boarder or anything
Right.
like that.
Right.
Have you seen pet hotels? I mean, or
I'm sure that there are hotels that take pets. I know that
well, I mean,
Right.
but Oh, is
Oh,
that what you're asking
I
for?
think
Pet
that's-
hotels or hotels with that take pets?
Oh, you know
or-
what, user? I don't know what. Yeah, if you mean like actual pet hotels like they have in the U.S., I haven't seen that, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. But there certainly are hotels that allow pets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because people take their dogs everywhere. So
Yeah.
boarding place. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. But maybe,
Well, somebody in the chat might know.
yeah.
That I think goes through that. So, well, anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us,
Yeah.
and we'll catch y'all. We'll say next week.
Get you on the flip flop.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Au revoir.
Bye bye.
Let's see. How do we do this now? There it is.